You get what?
If you want us to do with the class with
I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check it for a completion grade and right before we get into the review time. Rose?
May I start with my pencil?
You may. Inverse, sine, cosine, and tangents. Before we've been looking for a missing side. When we deal with an inverse, we're going to look for the missing angle. Okay, so if you look at example number 1, it says find theta, find this angle, this missing angle here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we want to figure out what do I have? What is given? Well, that's the 12 and the 15, right? Do I have the adjacent side to theta? Susan, you're pointing to 15? Okay, now remember the adjacent side, it's the side touching other than the hypotenuse. 15 is the hypotenuse. So we don't have the adjacent side, right? Okay, we do have the what? 12 is the opposite side of theta.
Yes.
And we do have the, we just said it earlier, the hypotenuse. Okay, so now we ask ourselves, which one of these do we use? Which one deals with the opposite and the hypotenuse? The so, right? The sine, okay? So we set this up, the sine of an angle, which before we had that angle, but we don't have it this time, is equal to the opposite side over the hypotenuse. Okay, now, this is where we're going to use in our calculator. Usually it's second sine. Inverse sine is 12 over 15. You want to start practicing this now, not try to memorize it right before a test. But when you put this sine inverse, this little -1, should have that on your calculator of 12 over 15. When you put that in your calculator, you should get an answer of 53 degrees. If you move it, I think it's going to need moves eventually. Alright, now all they're going to have us do is practice all of these. Inverse sine, inverse cosine, and then finally inverse tangents. Yes? Okay, want to find the angle theta. Alright, now you see which one it is, but we're going to need to figure out which one it is. So we ask ourselves again, what do we have? This 15, what is that? The what side? Adjacent, opposite, or hypotenuse? Haley? It would be the adjacent side, and the 37 would be the hypotenuse. Okay, so we have the adjacent side, and we have the hypotenuse. Okay, so somebody raise a hand and tell me which one, how would we set this one up? Okay, you have the adjacent hypotenuse. Which one of these do we choose? Summer? Which one of these has the adjacent hypotenuse?
The one in the middle.
The one in the middle, ka, which the C stands for cosine. So we would set this up, cosine of the angle is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, so 15 over 37. So then we're going to put cosine inverse of 15 over 37 in our calculators. And when we do that, we should get 66 degrees. Example 3. Okay, look for the angle. Now, we'll skip a few steps now that we've seen it done. Theta is going to equal, I'm giving it away, although you can see it in your book. Okay, 16, theta compared to theta, opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse. Ruth? 16 is the what side to theta? Opposite side. Okay, the 11, Giselle, would be the what side? The adjacent side. The hypotenuse is always the side opposite the 90 degrees, the right angle. Okay, so we have the opposite and adjacent, so that means we're going to use the TOA. So we're going to use second tangent. You got to make sure you have this in order, it'll change your angle. So the opposite, 16, over the adjacent, 11. Put that in your calculator, you get around this to the 10th. Theta is approximately 55.5 degrees. Okay, and then finally example number 4. Application to architecture. It says below is a design for a bridge. Find theta 1 and theta 2 to the nearest 10th degree. Alright, so we're looking on the end of that bridge on the right side. And you see the bridge here. This part of the bridge. They want to know this angle theta 1 and this angle theta 2. And they give us that this side is 17 feet. And the height of the bridge is 15 feet. Okay, let's just solve for one. Okay, solve for theta 1. Alright. The 17. That's what? Neil, that's what to the opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? Okay. Alright, the 15, Ryan, what's that?
It's the adjacent.
Adjacent side, so we're going to use second tangent again. Okay, so second tangent, tangent inverse of 17, the opposite side over the adjacent side, 15. When you put that in, you get 48.6 degrees. Now, they go ahead and they set the other one up this way, but we don't really have to. Okay, after we've got one of these angles, what could I do to find the other one? Okay, we've got two angles now. What do we just have to, Lexi?
You had 90 and then subtract that from 90.
Right. Or, since we know this is 90, these two have to add up to 90, right? So we could just make it one step and subtract 90 from that 48.6. So theta 2, we just get that by taking 90 minus that angle. When you do that, you get 41